Today, H&M also said that its customers have liked its autumn clothing lines, but they remain cautious because of economic uncertainty. Joining me to analyse, Kate Hardcastle, consumer expert at Insight with Passion. Thanks for joining us today, Kate. H&M, one of the best known names in fast fashion. What are your thoughts on this revival of fortunes?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's really interesting. We've seen a strategy that's been about the engine room, because if you think about fast fashion, it's about efficiency. You want the right amount of product, you want trends and looks that really work with the consumer. You want to sell it at full price, and then you don't want anything over that you're selling at sale or having to get rid of. So that's where the focus has been, as well as their digital offer, where we know that's now 30% of their business, because fashion isn't just a fashion war fought on the high street anymore, it's fought on our phones. I think the impact for H&M has been very much one that's provided a lot of oxygen for the business. It's going to give them stability, but the real pressure's coming from the competition. Consumers have got a plethora of choice now, including what we're seeing in that ever burgeoning re-commerce marketplace, which really has had so much growth, particularly in the Western markets recently. And we just now know that people are happy to shop their neighbour's wardrobe through an app such as Vinted as they are through a place such as H&M.
But their shops historically have been pretty much everywhere. I mean, where I'm standing right now in London's West End, we're counting, there are 3 big H&M shops within about 5 minutes walking distance of here. That can't make sense forever, can't it?
Absolutely right. They're going to have to look, when it comes to high street model, about what they can do to re-energise. Probably it's stores less portfolio in terms of the amount of doors that they've got, but stores that really can impact do better. They've had some really interesting things they've done. For instance, fitting rooms where they've put more social media opportunity in there for you to try on your outfit, share it with friends. It's those kind of mechanics that are going to work, because you don't have to shop in a physical store anymore. You need to want to shop. And as their leadership team have cited so many times, they are focusing on what consumers want, and consumers will shop in so many different ways. Stores have to work, be that the online store, and indeed the returns model that comes with it, because there's been quite a lot of furore around H&M and returns this year for customers and not getting quick returns, but also the high street, which has to just be a much more dynamic offer in those store environments.
Sure. And briefly, where do you think consumers' heads are at right now? You know, all the tariff turmoil of recent months seems to have settled down. How willing are they to spend?
We shop emotionally, so we'll always be swayed by things that we see. We've seen that in the recent movement with fashion, because it's fashion weeks at the moment. People are still turning to shop. But that said, they are looking for absolute value. H&M's lane has to be about slickness, value and repeat buys. And if they don't get that right, they will be misaligned. So yeah, it's all about consumers wanting what fits for them in the place they want it and at speed.
And briefly, how do they separate themselves from Shein, Temu, those big Chinese brands that are taking over the fast fashion space?
You're so right to point that out. And you've got Shein that really do move at a pace that still isn't something that other retailers have caught up. Zara, we're seeing as part of Inditex, have really pushed their offer into more of that quality, direct from catwalk, but trying to push up the prices. So H&M really are in the middle. We know that can get squeezed, but there's still plenty of space for those kind of reliable basics. They're just going to have to make sure they keep catching imagination, because the consumer wants everything. Okay. And that's what retailers are trying to do, deliver it all.
Kate Hardcastle from Insight with Passion, thank you very much for joining us with those thoughts here on BBC News Today. This is BBC.